And welcome back to Littles by Lira. Today we're going to make a nativity scene because what is Christmas without Christ? To start, my inspiration piece was this 12-piece nativity from Joss and Maine for $107. We're going to make ours for under $3. Gather yourselves some rocks and a little stick. Give them a good scrub in the sink. Use soap and hot water. I have a pack of the 5-gallon stir sticks from Home Depot. I cut the end off where it began to scoop in the handle part. I cut that off and I'm using one. I have one of these wood pumpkin signs from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use the part that doesn't have the cutout of the sign. So I'm taking my paint stir stick, lining it up against the left-hand side, grabbing my T-square ruler. I'm going to grab a box cutter and just begin scoring the wood of the sign until that top piece comes off. I have a cutting mat underneath just so I don't cut up my table. When all was said and done, it was about 5 passes with a fresh blade. I took a sanding sponge, also from the Dollar Tree, and gave a quick sand to the end of my board and the end of my paint stirrer stick. Here you can see I'm just measuring it out against each other to make sure that they are the same length. Now, my bottle of Tight Bond wood glue broke, so I've decanted it into a small glass jar. I think it was a jelly jar. And I'm just going to paint on a little bit of wood glue across the back edge of the paint stir stick, leaving spaces in between so that I can go back in with hot glue and put little beads of hot glue along there too, so that I have the short-term, long-term hold. Make sure you give it a nice pressing so that everything as it is adhered nicely to itself. Your sign should look like this when you're finished. Next, I'm going to grab some Fix-All adhesive and some hot glue, and I'm going to begin to put together the nativity scene. Of course, we start with baby Jesus, who is front and center. I actually happened to find a long rectangle rock that looked like a manger to me, and so there's little baby Jesus in the manger. Next, we'll do Mary and Joseph. We'll do a shepherd, a cow, and 2 sheep, and the 3 wise men. Finally, with an angel on top. I'll let you go ahead and listen to the fun Christmas music till we get to that part. Real quick, if you hear any sniffles, I apologize. Allergy day, like every day. It is what it is. Okay, so next I took some of the gold paint by FolkArt, the metallic one, and I am taking 3 of the smallest Dollar Tree beads and just rolling them around in the paint. It doesn't have to be a full coverage because you'll see at the end, before they're completely dry, I will take a tissue and wipe off the excess paint to give the, well, what will be the gold, frankincense, and myrrh a sort of mottled appearance for some visual texture. Once I have those all coated and put to the side to dry, I'm going to take a small paintbrush and I'm going to paint a gold rim around the angel's halo, and I'm going to paint the tops of the 3 wise men's heads gold because they are also kings, and, well, kings wear crowns. I hope that makes sense. And there you go. Now, like I said, after I finish painting the 3 wise men's crowns, I'm going to take a tissue and just blot off the excess gold paint that hasn't completely dried on those 3 Dollar Tree beads. For what it's worth, I used a green, a gold, and a pink, but use whatever color. If you prefer, get some raw beads, just solid wood ones, and adhere those. I like the little splash of color, though, in my scenery. Using a little bit of hot glue and Fix All adhesive, I will just adhere those directly to the sign to make it look like the wise men are carrying those beads. Or, well, gifts. It's the gold, the frankincense, and the myrrh. Hey lads and lassies, do you like what you're seeing? Would you like to see more? Well then, hit that like button and subscribe, of course. Remember to ring the bell and share and comment too if you know someone who will enjoy it. Thank you so much. Next, taking some stickers from Walmart. They're the letter stickers in kind of a scrolly font, and actually, one of the little roller pieces, the plastic part that I pulled off of a Dollar Tree roller for a different project, I'm just going to use that and place my stickers on it to keep them nice and lined up and evenly spaced. This is super helpful in tight spaces because they're such thin plastic strips and they have a bit of adhesive to hold on to whatever I'm working on so it doesn't slide around and my words come out actually fairly well. I was very pleased with this particular method. You can see here I'm spelling out "Oh Holy Night." It's one of my favorite Christmas carols, so I thought, it'll fit nicely with the whole aesthetic because, it was a super holy night. Baby Jesus was born. It's amazing and beautiful, and I love it. And I'm so glad it's Christmas time. Guys, can I just tell you how excited I am that it's Christmas decorating time? So excited. I wanted to thank you all for being here and continuing to show up on my channel or to my channel and watching the stuff that I create. I know that your time is valuable and I'm doing my best to bring you quality content. If there's something that you'd like to see me make for you, please, by all means, drop me a line in the comments section down below, and I will be happy to oblige you if I can. Okay, so once "Oh Holy Night" is adhered, I decided that the left-hand side of the sign was still a little bare. So they have wood star cutouts at the Dollar Tree this year. And, well, stars are my favorite shape. So there was a star over Bethlehem. Hey, it just fit. It's perfect. So I take a little bit of wood glue and I adhere one of those wooden stars over the 3 wise men. 1, because they followed the star to get to baby Jesus, and 2, "Oh Holy Night" was already on the other side of the board. Happy little accident, I suppose. Finally, once everything is said and done, I take a little bit of jute cord, also from the Dollar Tree, and some hot glue, and I just line the bottom of the sign to give it a little bit of extra visual texture. All right, that does it for me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed today's Boho Nativity. It was a lot of fun to make, super inexpensive. As long as you're the one wielding the hot glue gun, I can't see why you can't go out and, make this with your little people. If you are in an area that you don't have access to rocks, Dollar Tree sells bags of them for, you guessed it, $1. So I hope you enjoyed today's offering, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful week. Bye.